Welcome back to the Gardening with Joy and Holly radio show. Happy to have you around. Want to find more information about the sponsors that support the program to allow it to be heard on your radio station each week. Coupon codes available at our parent website, thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com, under the Money tab, and all sponsors listed under the Season Radio 9 tab at the top of the page. Well, we all want to save money. We talked a little bit about that in the first segment. Sometimes it's okay to spend some money in order to get some things done a little quicker. But we're going to talk about saving money around the home that will allow you to have extra money, whether you want to save it or you want to spend it on other things.
Okay, so one thing is to look for coupons or looking up deals, special flyer deals, whatever you want to call them, that shop the sales that you can find wherever you are. But keep this in mind. Sometimes a grocery store, for example, will have a deal. They'll have like buy one, get one free.
Or they have the little cards. Oh, do you have your discount card? Or well, what? Just make everything the same price of the card. Not, but
okay,
anyway.
Anyway, buy one, get one free. I don't know, pork loin, right?
Yeah.
They do that. They're called loss leaders. And the reason why they do that is because it's going to bring you in and then you're going to spend money.
Because you're not just going to buy the one thing.
Right. You're not just going to buy the one thing. Now, not everybody has time to go to different supermarkets or whatever and shop all the things, all the loss leaders specifically. But you can be smart about it. So say that you are meal planning and you know that carrots, a pork loin, and mushrooms are on sale. You can plan your meals around these sales.
There's a little time invested.
Yeah, there's a little bit of time, but it can help you. Okay, these items are on sale this week. That's what we're going to be eating this week. Now, do I always do this? No. But have I done this in the past? Absolutely. So keep that in mind, is to shop the sales. Another thing is if you have a coupon for 10% off, like say, like my local pet store sends me these coupons sometimes. Don't go buy more than what you were going to buy. Am I guilty of this? Probably. But if you're like, okay, I'm going to have 10% off my purchase, just buy whatever you're going to buy. Take your 10% off.
If you do this long enough, you know a pattern that every X amount of weeks they're going to send you a coupon. So you don't need to buy 2 bags of litter if the one bag will get you beyond when that next coupon is going to come.
Or they might have that litter on sale or whatever. Yeah.
Also, if you're had a friend, she was wanting to get an oil change, and she wanted to know. I thought we went to that place, and I thought we had a coupon, but we didn't. So I went to that website, and at the bottom it was $30 off a certain oil change, or $15 off another oil change, different type of oil change, synthetic or partial synthetic, on their website. So go to their website and look and print the coupon off, or have it on your phone, instead of paying the astronomical prices for an oil change if you're not capable of oil changing your vehicle yourself.
Right. If you do a lot of online shopping, there are plugins that you can put onto your browser to look for coupons. Do that at your own risk because you don't want to download something bad. Also, you can go to websites. There's like Coupon Cabin or Retail Cabin or whatever names like that. You just simply search coupon code for XYZ. And a lot of times you can find, like, whether it be free shipping, 10% off, sometimes 20% off. That's very helpful. It's going to help save you some money. And another thing to keep in mind is if you have a rewards program, if you shop at a certain place online a lot and you sign up for their rewards, like I buy a lot of clothes from a certain store, and if after a certain amount of time, they send me a $20 off purchase coupon. So it just takes some time, but it's worth it. Or if you say you go to a certain restaurant and they have an app, and after so many points, you get a free entree, stuff like that.
Well, let's talk about going out to eat. A lot of people, anytime you and I go out to eat, I can guarantee it's between $40 and $60. Even if we go on a sit-down restaurant and a decent restaurant, it's not a fast food. Even fast food, if you're going to the value meals, you're looking at $25 to $32. Some people go out and eat.
They're like the no value meals now.
Well,
yeah.
Some people go out weekly or multiple times.
Right.
You can save a tremendous amount of money. It's, again, you're talking about planning your meals around. It's not. You can go out to eat. I'm not saying that, but you can plan around it once every so often. Because now it used to be you and I could go out to eat for $25, and now double that plus with a tip.
Yeah, and that
was 10 years ago.
And sometimes, if you know that it's a restaurant or wherever where they will charge you a 3% fee, like for example,
for the
where
credit card,
where I get my hair cut, they will charge me a 3% fee if I use a credit, debit, whatever. If I pay cash, then it's just whatever the price.
Now,
is.
if you have a business and you trying to take it off your taxes, that do your own thing there. But
right,
another thing
you
is,
can still get a receipt for cash.
I know, but it's a whole big mess.
Right,
But yeah,
right.
You can find things, thrift stores, marketplace, yard sales. Right there, you can kind of furnish your whole, a lot of things in your home.
If you're not picky.
If you're not picky. Now, we're not saying go get the trash or the junk, clothing.
I like some trash items, but yes.
You can find some very nice things for a very reduced price at yard sales, thrift stores, and on Marketplace.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. You can find just like brand new clothes with tags on. I know I've donated stuff that was fairly new that either I didn't like how it felt when I wore it because I have sensory problems, or something where it's like, okay, I bought this, I only wore it a couple times. It just isn't quite my style, and then I donate it. So another one I wanted to mention is there's a lot of free clothing swaps that seem to be popping up, especially if you're near a major city. I know some people.
How would you find something like that?
You just Google free clothing swaps, and sometimes there's like stuff for kids. Sometimes it's just for adults, whatever. But you can find these things, and you can get free clothes, and sometimes they're put on by community centers, rec centers, things like that.
Now with the yard sales, if you've gone to a yard sale, as I have many of them, within the first 9 seconds if they are trying to sell the stuff because they want it gone, or they're trying to make a profit off of the stuff.
Right. If something's like a quarter.
Yeah.
And then
they're wanting to move.
Yeah, they're the one that wants to move. But if it's like a quarter item and they're trying to charge $3, you're like,
I'll just go to the thrift store and get it for half this.
Right.
You can recycle for cash. Now, I see a lot of people just take their cans and their stuff and put it alongside the road, and the municipality picks it up. But you can take, and you need a little space for this, recycle your cans. You can break down, you can find free things and break them down, a printer or a TV or whatever. There's copper, there's brass, there's aluminum, there's cast aluminum, there's sheet steel, all your soup cans. There's value in all of that. Now, based on the market, cans can be 50 to 70 cents. Straight scrap metal can be 5 cents a pound. It varies from market to market and across country. But if you collect enough over 6 months, you could come out with $30 or $40 in cash. And this is stuff that would be probably thrown away. You're going to throw in the dumpster or the trash barrel, or you're going to give to the city to recycle for free and let them have the money.
Right. You're like throwing cash away, basically.
Yeah. So, and the other thing here, whenever we shop, keep this in mind, that you've got the brand name, and we're talking food, the store brand, and then the name brand, the nationwide.
It can be food. It can be.
We're gonna talk food right now.
Food storage bags, whatever. Yeah.
Store brand is often very similar to the name brand. Sometimes even the product is made in the same factory with the same ingredients. The deal with the store brand is, hey, name brand company, we will sell your product and put it in prime location, but we want you to make a duplicate with our store brand on it, which we'll put on a lower shelf and sell it less, but we will put you in prime eye-focusing location on our shelf if we can make this deal. Milk, potato chips, yogurt, whatever it is.
Or if you are the type of person that does grocery pickup or like grocery delivery, a lot of times those brands are listed first, and then the generic is the store brand, whatever you want to call it, is listed second. Or it'll say like in tiny print, sponsored item, and it's because they want you to use it. Now, another thing to keep in mind is if you can do pickup, a lot of times there will be coupons.
Pickup meaning that you just drive to the store, you call them and say, I'm in spot A, and they'll bring it out and put it in your trunk for you. Yeah. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. So you want to look for those coupons. Like, for example, I just did a pickup at a certain big box store, and when I put the order, and then at the bottom it said manufacturer coupon, click to virtually apply whatever, clip or whatever they call it, and I saved $2 off of something. So you have to look for those coupons as well.
Also, on your bigger items, if you can wait around holidays,
Like for a TV or something.
yeah, President's Day, 4th of July, Labor Day, or we'll just, the big elephant in the room, Amazon Prime Day.
Right.
We waited and purchased some very large items and saved tremendous amount of money on items that, no, we didn't necessarily need, but it definitely will enhance our living situation by having these items. And we saved thousands of dollars by waiting until the Prime Day.
And I've saved money on cat treats on Prime Day.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes you do have to watch the prices because past Prime Day, they could go up or they could stay the same.
Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, if it's something that you've been waiting on.
If it was listed $1,700 and now it's $650, they're going to jump that baby back up the next day.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, with the coupons, if you can't find a coupon online, there is no shame in calling the corporate office and going, hey, I'm interested in purchasing or going or buying X product from your company. Can you offer me a coupon code? 99% of the time, they'll say, yes, give us your email. We'll send you a 5, 10, 15% off. Thank you for considering us for your purchase.
Yeah. These are things that might take time.
No shame in that.
No, these are things that might take time, but it's usually worth it.
Well, summer is in full swing, and those Japanese beetles are actively wreaking havoc on your garden.
If you're looking to successfully control beetles without damaging the environment, look no further than Beetle Gone from Phylum Bioproducts. Derived from a naturally occurring soil bacteria, Beetle Gone is the only organic solution that successfully controls beetle invaders. Just mix the powder with water and spray on your plants. Once ingested, the targeted pests will stop feeding and die. And since it's an organic BT product, you know it's a great choice to use on your fruits, veggies, in addition to ornamental flowers and trees.
Not only is Beetle Gone the best product to use for this, it is also safe to be used around beneficial insects such as butterflies, ladybugs, and bees, and has no water toxicity issues. That's Beetle Gone. BeetleGone.com from PhylumBioproducts.com. That's BeetleGone.com.